Friends, the personal mentorship and test series program, Maargadarshan at Sarat Chandra IAS Academy, we are starting a new batch from September 22nd. So here in Maargadarshan, the main focus is that, friends, for UPSC, those who are just starting their preparation, as well as those students who have given the prelims or mains examination quite sometimes, for each of you, preparation strategy is not same. So this program is designed specifically keeping in mind the unique requirement of every student. Hence, in this personal mentorship program, there will be a mentor exclusively for each student who will be monitoring, tracking and evaluating preparation, and we will be monitoring each student based on several parameters, and throughout the journey we will be with the students at various stages, prelims, mains, interview, evaluating their papers, telling them the sources, keeping them regular examinations, as well as motivating them. So the first one is tracker. Using the current technology, it is very easy to track the performance, preparation of every student. So we are leveraging technology and trying to understand day by day, weekly and monthly progress of every student. Based on that, we will be able to give the feedback in a more scientific way. So for example, please open the tracker. Yeah. See, so from the day the student takes the personal mentorship, on a daily basis, we will be tracking what current affairs or static syllabus or optional they are reading, and we will be conducting them daily and weekly, monthly exams. Even those performance will be tracked. So Ajay, can you please explain more about the tracker?
Yes. So this UPSC tracker covers the long-term plan. With the help of the mentor, students prepare this plan. As you can see, like in long term, which subject the student is going to cover, from which source, what will be the target date, like it will be, whether it will be completed in October, whether it will be completed in November, and what is the status of that that particular subject. Is it in the progress? Has the student completed that particular subject? That will be reflected on this particular sheet, which is under the long-term plan. Similarly, this long-term plan has been transformed into the daily task, so that according to that long-term plan, the student will, with the help of the mentor, student will make this kind of short plan that will be the daily plan. So on daily basis, student will be able to complete their task. For example, here on Friday, the student is going to read the ethics and integrity. So if it is covered, for example, here the newspaper reading, if the student has completed, they have marked it completed. If it is not completed, then they will mark it not completed, and that way the student as well as the mentor will be able to see what is the progress of the student, and that way the whole UPSC tracker helps the student to see their daily progress, weekly progress, as well as the monthly progress.
See, one-to-one interaction is very important. May not be on daily basis, but at least weekly, once or twice, you should be able to talk to your mentor. Because what a mentor does, a mentor firstly gives you a target. Means what you have to cover on that day or daily basis in that week. Targets will be fixed. And mentor will be telling you the sources, how to cover this target and which sources you have to use for this target. And also, friends, in target also, what to read, what to leave. You take any book, any standard book of UPSC, definitely you cannot focus on every line, every chapter of the book. There will be some topics you have to emphasize more. There will be some things which you have to leave completely. Only once you know what to read, what to leave, you will be able to finish entire syllabus in time. That's what mentor does during one-to-one mentorship. And also, during one-to-one mentorship, the mentor will be evaluating your exams. For example, every weekend we will be conducting the prelims and mains exam, every weekend. And that examination, mentor will evaluate answers. He gives you the feedback. In the one-to-one mentorship, he tells you what improvements you have to make in the mains answer. Even prelims also, he goes to your prelims, the answers you keep marked. Based on it, he will tell you how you can improve your marks using common sense or elimination techniques, or how to emphasize, how to reduce the time in answering the questions. Those will also be focused by the mentor. Only in the one-to-one mentorship only, the mentor will be able to understand your strength and weakness. Some students will be strong in answer writing, some will be strong in objective way of answering, some may be able to read very fast, whereas some are very poor in articulating or poor in reading the syllabus fast. So depending upon your strength and weakness, in the one-to-one mentorship, the mentor will be customizing the preparation strategy and plan for you. And friends, these mentors, some of them are rankers and some of them are those who have gone to UPSC interview multiple times, and they're really strong in the prelims as well as mains. So the thing I'm telling rankers, because in this mentorship, along with the mentor, there will be few rankers who will be attached to you, who will be monitoring preparation time to time, and they will also be adding valuable inputs to you. Yes.
So, sir has already explained about the importance of the sources. I just want to add one example. Many times I have heard from my students that they face problem to cover, for example, art and culture, to cover Nitin Singhania generally advised source. But Nitin Singhania is very lengthy book. We may not need to read everything. Now the student become confused. Which chapter I should cover, which chapter I should read, or which chapter I should leave. Here comes the role of mentor, which specifically tells within a particular chapter which topic you need to cover, which topic you should leave. So that way, the clarification of the source becomes very important in order to plan your preparation in a specific way.
See, friends, actually, for doubt clarification, these days we have ChatGPT is there. ChatGPT definitely clears doubts. Most of the doubts you ask to ChatGPT. But the doubts we are talking about here is not about the subject doubts. Friends, subject doubts can be cleared using internet. The doubts we are talking about here is how to improve answer writing, how to reduce the time spent on the newspaper, from where you have to cover the current affairs effectively, and what to leave in a particular subject. For example, this week, let us say the target is finishing IBC in history and some part in economy, let us say. So the doubt will be how to read in order to finish the topic in that week. These kind of doubts, definitely you need a mentor who knows about you, who observe you from some time, quite some time, who can tell you what you have to do in order to perform better. In that way, for doubt clarification, mentor will be highly useful to you.
To add just one point here, many times students even get very small doubt. For example, they ask like, sir, in mains, which pen I should use to write? Sometimes they will ask like, sir, a new content came which shows a lot of flow diagrams, mind map. Should I go for that content also? So new kind of current affairs came. Should I go for that content also? So here actually students get confused. At this point, actually mentor is required to solve this kind of doubts, which are not directly like with respect to the maybe the concept, but this kind of doubt which comes during the preparation. Such doubt clarification also becomes very important, and that point of time this personal mentorship will be required.
See, just Ajay, just like what you said, just like what Ajay said just now, what happens, friends? See, there are standard books for every subject. Standard books are there. And there are one or two material in the market from different places. But the problem is, whenever new content comes into the market, new content made by some new publisher comes into the market, students always have that FOMO, fear of missing out. They feel that as everybody around them are reading the new book, they may also have to read the new book. But friends, in most of the cases, once you finish the standard book, you no need to go for any other books. Mostly you have to go for only value addition. If economics is there, from economic survey or budget current affairs, you add something, that's all. You no need to go through the new books coming to the market. In this aspect also, mentor will be really helpful in solving your doubts, giving clarification of what to read, what not to read.
Yeah. Daily, weekly, monthly, prelims as well as the mains test. As you know, once our concept of any particular topic is clear, now we need to check whether our concept is really clear or not. For that, regular test is very, very important. At this point, this program covers that particular issue, because we not only cover the test on daily basis, weekly basis and monthly basis, which helps the student to analyze where the concept clarity or preparation they are lacking, and that way they can focus on those particular topics only, right? So that way they overall improve their preparation.
See here, friends, for example, in this mentorship program, it is not safe everybody. For example, those who already attempted prelims or mains, for them the mentorship will only for 7 to 8 months, enough to finish everything. Those who are preparing freshly for UPSC, they may need some 12 months of mentorship time. Those who are still in their graduation, second year, third year, can take 2 years to 3 years mentorship. Now, for example, in a mentorship program, we actually go for daily exam. For example, if you see here, for example, in the first 2 to 3 weeks when geography goes on, geography test 1, 2, 3, daily exam. Daily exam for both prelims as well as mains. Daily exam for both prelims as well as mains. So in the mentorship program, the schedule only, in the schedule we clearly mention daily exams, weekly exams, monthly exams, so that you know what to finish and how to write the examination. Also, to show you some model paper, for example, polity. This is in the polity, while we do the polity for some 25 to 30 days, test 12th exam polity. So we ensure that our question papers, prelims as well as mains question papers, are following the recent trend of UPSC. As you know, from 2021-22, the trend of UPSC, the way of asking questions slightly changed. UPSC is dynamic. So in our daily, weekly, monthly exams, we maintain those standards. We give the same composition like UPSC. Few match the following, few multiple statement questions, few questions where static is integrated with the current affairs, few conceptual questions, few direct fact-based questions. Questions will be like that generally. So that as you attend these examinations, your mind will be tuned to the UPSC pattern. That is very important. Actually, in UPSC, along with gaining the information and knowledge, it is very important to adapt to the examination pattern, understand the demand of examination. What we observed in the Maargadarshan or mentorship program in the last few years is that students who are writing the exams regularly, their preparation style also changes. For example, those students who do not write the exam, when they prepare, they will be remembering most of the lines, try to by heart most of the things. They don't know what to focus. But students who are writing exams regularly, they know which points they have to make notes of, which points they have to emphasize and focus, what are not required, they will know. That's why daily exam is important. And in Maargadarshan or mentorship program, the most important thing is daily prelims and mains test. Daily only one mains question and only 10 prelims questions. Same with the current affairs also. We give daily current affairs content. Where is it? Yeah. For example, we give, this is 12th September current affair. So we give daily 10 articles of current from Indian Express, The Hindu, PAB and other government websites. We collect non-overlapping 10 topics, and those 10 articles will be giving briefly, because in newspaper the article will be covered in a dynamic way. In our magazine, we give the context, the background, way forward, and the important facts and other related things. If sometimes to understand the current affairs article, if you require static knowledge, we will add the static knowledge also. For example, polity is there. There is an article on the governor. Along with giving the article on the governor, if there are some important points you should know about governor, we will bring it from the Constitution of India and add to the current affairs article. In this way, we give daily current affairs. And in our website also, friends, in our website also, for example, in our website also, we will be giving, see here, the current affairs quiz, daily quiz. So you can attempt the daily quiz. You can attempt the daily quiz wherein, once you read the current affairs article that we are giving, you can attempt the quiz like this. Just you can write the quiz, submit the answers. It will show the amount of time you have taken, what are right, wrong. It will also show the solution. And solution for our questions will not only cover that question, but also cover all similar questions. Not only this, friend, you can write from our website. From our website, you can write daily mains answer writing. See, it is free. Anybody can write. But those students who are taking our mentorship program, for those students, we will be evaluating those answers. Evaluating. This is today's question. This is today's question, for example. Click on the question. We have given the model answer also. We have given the model answer also. And the answer that you write on a paper, you can take photo, scan it, and you can upload it. You can upload it here. So in the website itself, daily there is a mains question. You can see the model answer. After writing the answer, you can upload an answer. It will be evaluated for the students who take our mentorship program. And similarly, see the current affairs. We provide, as I told you, daily current affairs. We also have the monthly current affairs magazines, roughly 80 to 100 pages every month. So those our current affairs magazines are unique in the way that we cover it prelim specific and main specific. Prelim specific is mostly the small current affairs which are factual based, and mains current affairs are mostly long current affairs which they will be giving in the mains. So we have exclusive separation between prelims and mains. Though preparation is integrated, the articles are separate for prelims and mains. That is there. And so in that way, friends, daily, weekly and monthly we conduct prelims and mains exams which you have to write regularly. And it will not only increase your confidence on the prelims mains, not only increase the time management skills, but also it will completely change the way you are preparing for UPSC exams.
Yes. Just one thing here, that this test has been designed by integrating the previous year questions also. Because as we know, the previous year questions have a huge importance in this kind of test. So in our test, we have prepared the questions considering the previous year questions as well as putting previous year questions also in those tests. Mains answer evaluation. As you know, see, most of the time what happens is that just to be write and submit the test, people ask to write and submit the test, but evaluation, without evaluation, writing the test will not help you to improve. After one point, when we write the basic answers, what happens is that it becomes difficult to see where that one point or one place where I should work so that I can get that extra half marks and 1 mark. So at that point, actually when evaluator independently look on our answer, that person who have gone through mains and cleared that mains, that person knows like what actually I should keep in my answer, what content I should remove from my answer. Sometimes we put those content which are not the demand of the answer question also. So the evaluator help us, the mentor help us, help the student to remove those contents which are not required and help to put those content which are required to fetch more mark. And that point means regular evaluation of that test becomes very, very important, which is done under this program.
Also here, friends, see, basically there are many test series in the market. Students write the mains answers, but evaluation is important because evaluation is not just to add the extra information. For example, if there is a question in economy, for example, you wrote some 5-6 points. The model answer that we give, may have 10 points. Just looking at the model answer, you can know the additional points, but that's not the point of evaluation. Evaluation we do mainly because we will be focusing on the structure of the answer, because you should be able to write in UPSC, you have to write the answer in 7 to 9 minutes. Based on 10 marks question or 15 marks question, you will be given 7 to 9 minutes per question generally. So, within the limited time of 7 to 9 minutes generally, you should be able to fill 2 to 3 pages. So, what kind of points are you prioritizing is important. That will be evaluated, prioritization. Structure of the answer, then demand of the question. Are you addressing the demand? Because when we evaluate papers, either me, Ajay, Gupta, who are mentor papers, we always see that there are students having very good knowledge, but they miss the demand of the question. So that will be checked here. Also, the multi-dimensionality. For example, in your answer, are you able to add multiple dimensions, the recent dimension, the past, geographical dimension, economic dimensions are able to add. Also suggestions. Are you able to give suggestions? Friends, that's why what we observed is in the market, though there are several mentorship programs, most of them are only giving the questions and giving model answers. But doing one-to-one answer evaluation is the key. So that's why in Maargadarshan, in our program, we specifically are focusing on one-to-one paper evaluation on a weekly basis, wherein we'll be seeing whether you're adding all dimensions, or you address demand of the question, or giving suggestions, and value addition. Value addition in the sense, whatever you learn from the current affairs, economic survey, or government websites, or government reports, are you adding them? Are you mentioning the names of those reports, suggestions into your answer? So these things will be checked, evaluated, and feedback will be given accordingly. These things cannot be learned from model answers. These things can be learned only when you sit with the mentor. That's why it is important. And here, one more thing is, friends, we realize that some of the students, if we are asking them to write the answers in their home or whatever, most of them are not having the motivation to sit down and write the answer within 7 minutes. They're taking 20 minutes, half an hour to write the answer. That is really useless. That's why we have come up, in our Maargadarshan program, we have come up with live answer writing. Regularly, we'll be asking you to come online. We'll use some time, 20 minutes. You have to write 2 answers. Live, you writing the answer, that you'll be having the motivation to finish the answer within prescribed time. Once you write the answer, our mentor will be explaining you the model answer. That's how the live answer writing going on. And as Ajay Gupta just now said, previous year's questions will be focused. In our overall mentorship program, we will be finishing all the PYQs. By the time you finish your mentorship program, you will be finishing the previous year's prelims and mains questions of all topics and all subjects.
This becomes important, continuous evaluation, motivation, and feedback. What we have observed is that students, when they start the preparation, they start with a high energy. But when they start growing, I mean, when the time lapses, their motivation starts declining. There also, this program becomes very important because mentor will be there to motivate the student regularly by motivating them, by sharing about their own story of how they tackle their issues of these setbacks. So that way, to remain consistent, also this continuous evaluation, motivation, and the feedback helps the student to remain consistent during this journey.
Friends, as we have shown previously, we will be giving the current affairs magazines. See, the magazine will also have the mind maps and flowcharts. Let's go. This is a monthly magazine, Paripurna, we call Paripurna. So, see, there will be infograms, there will be mind maps and flowcharts, not only in the current material, but also in most of our content. So, students will be able to remember the important points easily. And as I told you, the current affairs magazine focuses both on prelims as well as mains. Friends, see, this is important. As I told you, students, those who are working employees, who are working somewhere, software company or some other PSU, wherever, you will be getting only 4 to 5 hours in a day to prepare. So, with just 4 hours of preparation, it will be difficult for you to finish syllabus in 10 months. For such candidates, we will be having 1.5 years of mentorship program. We will take almost 1.5 years to make them finish current affairs, static syllabus, entire general studies syllabus, CSAT and options. Whereas, those who are preparing full time, those who finish the graduation, preparing full time, we will be having a 10 months mentorship program. Similarly, those students who are in the second year, first year of undergraduation, we take MBBS, we even have 2 to 3 years of mentorship program. So, the mentorship program, Maargadarshan, the time period is not fixed to every student. It depends. For example, those who want to appear for 2026 prelims to UPSC, as in 8 months time, we will be finishing the mains oriented topics by December and focusing on the prelims. We will make you finish the entire syllabus by March and we'll make you revise it in the month of April and May. That's how the time period is customized for every student. Friends, see, this one I told you, some students will be good at presentation skills, answer writing, but they'll be poor at objective way of thinking. And some students will be very good at selecting the sources. They will be confident by reading only few sources. But some students, they never get the confidence unless they read 3 or 4 sources. They want to read more. Some students, reading speed is less. For some, it is more. Some are weak in arithmetic, reasoning, English, particularly non-math background. And some do not have any strength in any of the options. Some students do not have any kind of opinions. They cannot suggest anything. They only by heart. Whereas some students do not remember anything. They only write everything on their own. So, every student is different. So, we identify their strengths and encourage them in direction. We identify their weaknesses and we suggest them solution to overcome the weaknesses, which is the most important part of this mentorship program, Maargadarshan. Friends, classes, all the students who are taking this mentorship program, Maargadarshan, will have access to our classes also. Of all subjects, politics, all subjects, classes, access will be there. However, if you are confident about some subjects, you can prepare own textbooks, but some topics, if you are unable to understand just by reading, you can listen to the recorded class also. We have live class also, but live class are nothing but whatever class are happening in our offline branches, we will be giving it live. But those students who are taking mentorship, who want to fast pace, they can access the recorded classes. So, we have this support also. Along with the support of test series, along with that support of prelims and mains test series, we also have the support of recorded classes for the mentorship students.
So, if you are interested in this program, then definitely you can contact on this number given on the board, as well as it will be provided in the description box. And those students who are in Hyderabad or in Vijayawada, they can come to our campus. Here we have provided study spaces. You can come here, study here, as well as write your test. Those who are our mentorship students. So we provide this good environment where you can study and practice your test as well as the other preparation.
So friends, for offline mentorship in Hyderabad and Vijayawada, offline mentorship, we have mentors sitting at our offline branches. You can come here directly. For online mentorship, you can register from the link that we are given in the description below. So make use of it. All the best.